Hey everybody, this is how you make what I call poor man's burnt ends. Even cheaper than using the chuck, and I think way better if you're into pork. So, what you're going to do is you're going to take your pork shoulder, it has enough fat on it and not too much fat, so it's a little better than a pork belly, but enough fat content to make these things really delicious. So I use some of that to make some pulled pork. So I take enough of it to cut up and make into some burnt ends. So here I'm going to season up my butt because I'm going to throw them on the grill at the same time at about 285, I think is what I do. So cut them into big enough chunks to where they're not going to fall through your grates unless you have some kind of mesh system you put on your smoker. Then you can go as small as you want. But I think cutting them into this size, smoking them for a while, taking them off, and then cutting them up. And then I finish them up in the oven in the broiler with a brown sugar glaze. So I rest them all in my easy drip bucket. These things are really nice. I suggest you pick some up. I got a 3-pack for my birthday, and they were about $110, I believe, for a 3-pack. You get the really huge one, medium sized one, and then the mini. So I already have some snack sticks on there, as you can see. Put the pork butt on there. And I found out with these grills, with the Masterbuilt 1050 that I have, I always like to have a drip pan because it does like the flare up on occasion, especially when I switch over and I'm trying to grill something. Everything that's fallen down onto the heat shield, it'll just burst into flames. So I'm always trying to catch whatever I can. I never really smoke anything on the bottom. I smoke everything on the middle and the top rack. So then it falls onto that lower tray. So I'm going to go ahead and temp my poor man's burnt ends. And once they get up to 165, 170, I'll take those off. They've been smoking for probably about 2 hours. And then, like I said, this way it's a lot easier to chop them up when they're already been cooked a little while. And then I'm going to go ahead and put brown sugar and butter on them and mix them up real good. Make sure the butter is melted. And I can't even describe how good these are. I mean, I've made burnt ends off of pork bellies a lot. I've made brisket burnt ends. I've done the chuck burnt ends. Those are usually the poor man's burnt ends. But chuck is even $6.99 a pound. And a pork shoulder, I got a boneless pork shoulder for $1.60 a pound. So if you're hankering some burnt ends and you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is such a good way to do it. Can't even overstate how good these things were. So I finish them up in the oven. I get them up to even hotter than 165. I get them near that 200. Make sure that the fat is really broken down. So then I open this thing up, I expose it, put a little bit more brown sugar on it, and then I broil them. It didn't take long, 5 minutes. You can keep your oven open, keep an eye on them once it gets caramelized or blackened to your liking. I don't like them burnt like that, but this way's real good. And then when they cool down, that's the way to go. So I'll shut up and you can listen to my reaction. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, share, appreciate it. And there's my kids' dinner in the corner there, so you can appreciate that too. All right, talk to you later. Thanks for watching. So